Hi everybody, my name is Albert Spiegel. I am the Assistant Principal for Instructional Technology and Dean of Underclassmen, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the first of several Tech Tuesdays that we'll do throughout the summer. The intent of these Tech Tuesdays is to help you prepare your technology and prepare all your different accounts so that you're ready to start and have a successful school year. Okay, so what we're going to talk about tonight, a couple of things. I just want to review some of the stuff that if you were here in May for the orientation, there's a couple of things that we will cover. And then I'll just talk about your devices and also talk about your email addresses. I am recording this. I will put it on the BCTV YouTube channel. I will email it out probably tomorrow with the slides. I'll make sure I get that, where I get it done. Also on the call with me is Eamon Benarsik is one of my part of the IT team. And if you have questions as we're going through, you want to throw them in the chat, Eamon will answer them. And if not, then I'll go over them towards the end. All right. So just a few things to cover tonight. The first one is tech support. So just know that throughout the summer and then during the school year, our Technology Support Center is always open for you if you have questions or concerns or need help with your devices. In the summer, we're open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 1, and that'll be until August 21st, with the exception of July 3rd. We're in every Monday through Thursday, and July 3rd and July 4th. Stephanie Robolino is our the Technology Support Center manager, and she's the one your first go-to for questions with accessing accounts. You have device questions, anything like that. You can also email helpdesk@burtoncatholic.org, and I have 3 students that work in that office, and we generally will try and turn things around in 24 hours. If they aren't as busy, then they'll certainly get to your questions faster. But do know you have tech support throughout the summer. And if you need help, please reach out. Don't wait till the start of the school year. Reach out and ask questions. All right, that's really important. We're here to help you, so we want to make sure you get your questions answered. All right. Just so everybody's on the same page, and actually, the devices are close to being ready. I anticipate that we're going to be able to get these devices out to you. Certainly by July 20th, maybe if not a little bit sooner. The ones, if you chose option 1, which I think is the next slide. Yep. If you chose option 1 and you purchased the bundle from us, then it is available. It'll be ready. I want to say I think they're just finishing up the iPads this week, so I would say probably the week after next we can target to have those, getting them out to you. So you have the time over the summer to get familiar with your device and get prepared for the school year. Just a reminder, I think just about everybody should have filled out the device form, but if for some reason you did not, you were defaulted to option 4, which is bring your own device. If you had chosen option 4 or options 2 or 3 and have to drop off a device, please reach out to Mrs. Robolino in the IT office and set up a time you can do that to get the device checked, and then it has to get configured for our network. It is a drop off. It's not something we'll do while you wait, because there's a couple things that have to get done. But please make sure you do that, and please make sure you back up your device, in case prior to handing that in. So once the devices are ready, please know that they cannot be picked up unless they are paid for, and you pay for those devices in TADS. We cannot nor will we release devices to someone who has not paid for the devices. Okay, and we'll generally release to the students, because we want the students, if they haven't taken their ID picture, which I'll talk about in a minute, to have that taken care of as well. So it is important that you have the device paid for. You pay through TADS. We will not accept any other payment. If you have to, for some reason, pay day of, you have to pay it through TADS. We don't take any other type of payment. Okay. So, but I believe just about everybody has ordered one way or the other. But if you haven't submitted one and you need to get it configured, meaning you didn't purchase from us, make sure you reach out to Mrs. Robolino to do that. Just a few words about ID cards. Hopefully most of you have sent a headshot picture to the help desk. so we can get your ID cards ready. If you have not, please do that this week. All I need is a headshot. Ideally, it's against a blank wall, like a white wall or a one colored wall. And if you're wearing a red Bergen shirt, that's great. If you're not, that's fine too. This is really for your teachers to know who you are come the first day of school, and we can also print you an ID card to have the first day of school. Right. So if you haven't taken the picture, it'll take all of about 30 seconds to take a picture, and make sure it's close up, a headshot. You don't want it to be distant, so we can actually see who you are. All right, and again, that'll help your teachers with seating charts and taking attendance, as well as getting your ID card on the first day of school. The last thing I want to talk about tonight is your Bergen Catholic email address. And now every one of you has a BC email address that is ready to be used, and you can start using it tonight. Your email address is your first initial, your full last name, and the last 2 digits of your graduation year. So mine would be aspiegel27@bergencatholichs.org. And then everybody's password, and I'll walk through this, I'll actually do it in a minute, is Bergen12 is your password. Okay, so once you log in, you log in the same way as you would through Gmail. Go to gmail.com. And when you are prompted for credentials, it's your username, which is your first initial, full last name, and your graduation year. There are a few of you that I remember when I did your accounts have hyphenated last names, so the hyphen is not a part of your email address. Okay, so this is your credentials, and then when you log in for the first time, it's going to say, welcome, you have a new account. Please accept the terms of use, which is Google's and not Bergen Catholic's. And then once you do that, you're going to have to create a password. Right? And your password has to be at least 8 characters. You want to make it something that is not, easily guessed. Avoid personal information. Make it unique. And we can change that at any time. Okay? So if you forget your password, it can be reset. It's not a big deal, but ideally you don't forget your password. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through this real quick, just so you can see the process. Okay, so I am here, right? So I went to Gmail, and I'm going to type in my email address as aspiegel27@bergencatholichs.org. I'm going to click on Next. My initial password is the word Bergen and the number 12. Okay, that's what everybody's password is. And then once you get in, you're going to change it. So I'll click Next. And then I get the welcome to your new account. This is the acceptable use policy. You'll click I understand. My old one said accept, I understand. And then it's going to prompt you for a password. Okay, so you want to choose a password that no one can guess. Good passwords have uppercase and lowercase numbers and punctuation marks in them. Oops. And good passwords also match. Okay. So once that happens, you will be taken to your Gmail, and you can use the smart features if you want, or turn them off. It doesn't matter. I'll keep mine on for now. And you can personalize. You can click the top option for personalizing other Google products. That's fine. Okay. So then you'll get started, and now you are in your Gmail account. This is your school Gmail account. Okay. We communicate with this account. So whenever we send students any type of emails, we are sending them with this account. All right. So it's important that this is one you put on your phone and your iPad, and you check it often. All right. It's not something you should check once a day. All right. Because teachers can send you notes through Blackboard. The school communicate with you through PowerSchool. You'll use this for any type of official school communication. Okay. So it is important that you access and check this account frequently. All right. Probably what I will do is when I send out the slides, they will go because I'll send them to parents and students. So you'll get a copy of this as well as the link to the YouTube in your student email as well. Okay, so that's it. Okay, that's the first part, if you will. I just want to make sure that we're introduce things as they're necessary. Okay, right now, I haven't converted PowerSchool over to the new year yet. The next time we have a Tech Tuesday, I'll do that, so you'll be able to access PowerSchool. But right now, I haven't done that yet. I'm going to get the dates ready for you for the next one. And then later on in the summer, we'll do Blackboard and submitting your summer assignments, which should be sent to you this week. I know some of you have asked about summer reading, and I believe that's going to go out by the end of this week. All right. So at this point, if you have any questions, before I do that, let me just throw up the dates for the remaining Tech Tuesdays so you can see them. And of course, I need to switch the view again. So the next time we'll have one is July 11th, and that'll be accessing PowerSchool and Naviance. Naviance is our college and career readiness software. On August 1st, we will do accessing Blackboard, which is our learning management system, and then creating your BC Apple ID on August 22nd, and e-textbooks on the 29th. All right, so plenty of time to get started, and plenty of time that we don't want to do too many things at once. So at this point, if you have questions, if you want to ask them or throw them in the chat, I'd be more than happy to answer them. The time is yours. Certainly, if you have questions or want to ask me anything, even if it's remotely out of my purview, I'd be more than happy to answer questions. And I want to also unpin myself so that we can see everybody. So if you have any questions, please feel free. Yep, go ahead, Ian. I see you have a question. Yes, there are certain things on your devices that you're not permitted to do, and those can change at any time. So if we, let's say there's a feature that we find that is being used inappropriately, we can lock that down. Regardless of if you've brought your own device or you're using a device you've purchased from the school, we still have the ability to lock those down. Anybody else with questions? Will you send a link for the days we miss? Yeah, after each Tech Tuesday, I'll send out the video, and I'll throw it up on YouTube probably tonight, and then I'll send out a link with the slides tomorrow. So you'll see that and can go back through it if you have any questions. I do know what the first day of school is. The first day of school for freshmen. Let me go to my calendar, which is on this screen over here. I'll put my dean hat on for a moment. Your first day of school is you should be September 7th for freshmen. Your orientation will be on September 7th. Because the teachers come in on the 6th, so you're on the 7th. Yes, that is your first day of school. How do we get into our school account? School account is what I just went over. That the email. It's your first initial, your full email, your full last name, and your graduation year at BergenCatholicHS.org. Your initial password is Bergen12. And once you just rewatch the video for the steps that I just went through. When you're getting your iPads and computers, I'm going to target for the week of July 10th. I will send more information out about that. As I look for the dog's bone, which I can't find. I'll send more information out about that, but I would say I know they're almost done. And next week we're only in that Wednesday and Thursday, so I'm going to guess Monday the 10th will probably start, but you'll hear more information from me about that once we get there. Okay. What is the password for the account again? The password is Bergen12. Let me put that back up. That one. Let me pin myself back again so you can see that. There's your password. It's Bergen12. That will get you into your email. For those who choose option 4, when do we bring? You want to make an appointment with Mrs. Robolino in the IT office sooner rather than later. I will put her information back up. There's her information on the bottom. You want to make an appointment with her to get your devices checked and configured. All right. Actually, if you want to, if you want to drop your contact information in the chat, we'll make sure Eamon will make sure that Mrs. Robolino gets that information tomorrow, and we'll reach out to you. Summer assignments will probably be by the end of the week. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hoping they should be. So generally, we send emails to everybody. If we're announcing something, it goes to everybody. There are times where we'll send stuff just to the students to remind them if, tomorrow's a mass dress day, or, tomorrow's something that would pertain just to the students kind of thing. But most everything else we send out to students and parents. All right, so that's by default. Like report cards we send to students and parents, progress reports, that kind of stuff goes to everybody. Eamon put his email in the chat. If you have questions you want to reach out to him, and he'll relay any of that. You can email the help desk as well. It doesn't matter. But we'll make sure that information, gets to the right people. Other questions that I can answer either vocally or in the chat? Yeah, you could send, if you have a question, it can come from a personal email. That's fine, because we're still in the process of getting all that together. So yeah, if you want to send a question from a personal email, that's fine. You do have now access to to your school mail, but from a personal email is fine. But once the school year starts, really we just communicate with your school email. Meaning, can the students use their Bergen email? Yeah, your email address ideally is used as your, for anything school related. You should use your personal email for personal issues, but it's not something that I monitor. That being said, is that Bergen Catholic owns your email address, your Bergen Catholic email address. So you want to try and keep your school and personal separate. But if you have to, you certainly can. It's not something that we check, but at the same time, it's probably best if you leave it, separate. Tonight's recording will be sent, if I can clean it up, and because I didn't record the first 30 seconds, so I'm going to have to go back and re-record introducing myself, and then I will hopefully clean it up. Latest will be tomorrow afternoon. I'm hoping to get that out sooner. But I'll post a link on our BCTV YouTube, and I'll send you that link to where it's going to be. You're welcome. Anybody else with any questions? Either Hat as assistant principal for instructional technology or as dean of underclassmen. I am planning, by the way, for the end of August to after my last Tech Tuesday, I'm planning on having an Expectations Wednesday, and we'll talk about discipline and dress code and all that kind of stuff. So these sessions are not every Tuesday. I'll throw the dates back up. Oops. Make sure that. Hold on. Yep. The dates here are the dates. The remaining dates, they're all at 7 o'clock. They'll all be recorded. They'll all be via Zoom. Okay? And yeah, Eamon put the link to our BCTV YouTube page. And that session will be public. It'll be on a prominent spot. But I'll send the direct link as well when I email it out. But that's our BCTV YouTube page. Anybody else with any questions or comments or concerns or anything? Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, I will bid you a good night. Thank you for coming to the first installment of Tech Tuesday. And I hope to see you again on July 11th. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to the school. Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you, and have a great rest of your night.